what's it like? I know that you love coming back and doing things like this. You were here last year for Sharon. What's it like coming back and helping out a guy from another sport?
I don't think it's pretty much, I don't think it's coming back helping a guy from another sport. I just think it's extending the Clemson family umbrella. I think when you're part of Clemson, you just fall into a family type atmosphere. So I think that whenever anybody in the family has need, if we can address it, then I think that's something that we should just do, and I think we do a really good job over here.
You also you've expanded into so many different deals in your life, and I told you the other day some of your life coach lessons and all of that are fantastic. What drives Grayson Marshall these days?
I think that, the ultimate person I am is an assist guy, and I think any way I can assist somebody, it makes me feel good. It's kind of in my DNA, just who I am and what I do. So the opportunity for me to influence somebody, help them make significant change, make their lives better, and to finish the end result is what they want, and I'll be a part of that. And if I could be a part of it, then it's the best thing I can ever do.
Grayson, I don't know how often you're on campus. Is it crazy when you step foot on campus these days and look around, just at how much it's grown since you were an undergrad playing basketball?
You truly understand the meaning of evolve when you come here, because there's so many things that aren't here. But I think the one thing that remains is the Clemson feel. It's buildings. I mean, as you grow, as we continue to become successful, obviously the school should match how we're growing. So it is different. I mean, we went to the locker room yesterday, and they got beds in the locker room where they could sleep. I mean, it was just, we were talking about it, joking about it. I don't think I'd ever left the gym if it had been like it is now. But I'm proud of those guys. We set the tone for that. And if it wasn't for what they did in '81, and then we wouldn't have Trevor's and Deshaun's, and if it wasn't for what we did in the '80s, it wouldn't be where they are right now. So it's a good thing.
Recent news, of course, in the sporting world has been Coach K's retirement after the season. What do you remember about playing against Coach K and Duke?
I think the biggest thing to remember is he influenced so many people outside of sports as well. So to be able to have an opportunity to compete with a guy who's been around at every level, he's United States Olympic, college basketball. I mean, he's done it. So to be able to do that, leave an impression on him, and have him remember who you are, I think that's something that's significant. He's met a lot of basketball players in his lifetime, and if I walked into Cameron, for him to be able to say, "Hey, Grayson, how are you?" That's a memorable thing for me.
You mentioned being an assist guy, kind of help it out any way you can. How did you hear about Brian Nance's story, and how important was that to you to come here and raise awareness about him?
Wayne Buckingham has done such a good job of getting the guys back together. And I think having a love for people is part of who I am anyway. So the fortunate life that I've been able to live is a blessed one. So when somebody has unfortunate circumstances, I think it behooves us to make sure that you have an empathetic heart to give back. So anytime I can give back is one, but being able to do that to a former player here, along with these great guys that I went to school with and some that I didn't go to school with, makes it that much more rewarding. I think it sets a precedent for everybody else. I think everybody else that's around us watches it and sees it. I think anybody behind us will see that is a real need. Make sure you continue to do that. Because I think it's more than just wearing a jersey or playing in a stadium or a gym that makes you a Clemson Tiger. I think it's everything that goes along with that. The memory, the lasting impression that you get or that you leave with somebody is the most important thing.
Have you had a chance to talk to Brian or connect with him at all?
Haven't yet. Have not. And hopefully we'll get the chance to do that. No, but I haven't. But I'm looking forward to it.
Good.